Hey everybody, it's Corey and Denise from Does Size Matter, and we have another RV review for you today. We are in Austin, Texas at the Convention Center RV show, and I am totally overwhelmed with the huge amount of inventory that's here. So we're going to start with the Lance camper. I love these, and I mean campers are just something that we used to use years ago, and they are getting better and better all the time. So check this one out. So just want to mention, like I always do at the beginning of all of our videos, that these are just mine and Corey's opinions from the research that we do. We would love to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe you guys own one of these and you've got some information you want to share. If that's the case, shoot us a comment and we can talk about it, because we're always happy to hear more information from any of our viewers. So looking at the construction techniques of a Lance, we need to start down at the base. Come on. Lance builds these with like a molded kind of almost basement area to it. They're fully enclosed underneath, and what's beautiful about that is it allows the insulated tanks to be in that area. Now they're still ducted in that area so that they are kept good for what they call 4 seasons. And then we'll show you the valves and things too, because they're all kept in a warm insulated environment as well. Let's go back and take a look at those tanks. Underneath the slide, you can see back in here, they've got these areas under the base that are all enclosed, and I think that's where all those tanks are. You've got your water fill here, and you've got your, I believe, 30 amp plug here. So everything's really enclosed, and I'll go around and show you more in a bit. But let's go back up and talk about wall construction and slides. The wall construction on a Lance camper is somewhat unique in that they use Azdel, and Azdel is a product that's a little more expensive, but also is lighter weight and has properties to it that resist mold and mildew. So I kind of like that. In these walls, they actually have 2 layers of the Azdel in them. So you're going to get a fiberglass exterior, which has a gel coat on it, and then there's some Azdel in there, and then there is a 1.5-inch foam, and it does go through a pinch roll system. Not my favorite, but it does go through the pinch roll system 3 times. So the foam and the exterior of the walls have a high heat adherent glue that's in there, goes through the system, comes out, and then they router out the foam in all the places where the aluminum frame need to go. They also put in some extra metal pieces where things can be attached to, so that they are adhering, like cabinets are adhered to the wall in a more secure way. So they router out this foam, they put the structure, the aluminum frame structure in there, they do their welds. Lance uses a precision cut system to keep all of their joints well put together, so there is minimal, or less at least, welding going on. Everything goes in place, there's more Azdel, then there is the decorative finishing and that kind of stuff, pinch rolled, like I said, 3 times. And the walls to the slides, if the camper has slides, are also built in the same way. So that's important too. They're working on lightweight, but they're also working on strength and maintaining the lack of mold and mildew, because that really, we all know that's what ruins an RV for us, right? Let's go over to the other side and take a look at this Lance camper. It's really very cool. Come on.
Watch your head.
Oh, I'm good. Lance's windows are a dual pane system, and I think that's just a standard. It is not an upgrade because of their ability to be a 4-season. They're also frameless. We all know that's not my favorite window, but it's super, super popular. People like it, so it's good. Then I'm going to take you around here and take a look at the cap. This is a fiberglass front cap. And what's interesting to note is that the roof system is actually a plywood into that curve and then the fiberglass on top. So again, you got to maintain your roof, but as long as there's no leaks in there, that should be just fine. The roof system itself is actually a PVC type of material on the very top in a one piece. Questions about PVC, I was like, yeah, what's that? How come it's better than the others? Or why does Lance want to go with it? They feel that this is just an upgraded product that handles sun exposure and weather better than some of the others. Do I have proof of that? Nah, but it would be something worth looking into some more. It's also an aluminum framed roof. They weren't quite sure whether that was an OSB or a plywood, so something else that needs to be investigated. And then there is the foam insulation, and this is also a pinch rolled roof system. There's a slight curve to this roof, although I haven't been up there, so I haven't seen it. And you know us, we'll try and show you, but it's a ways up there. It does have a gutter system and a spout that helps to shed the water away from the camper itself. Lance campers also have 4 electric jacks. Now these are not auto leveling jacks, but they can be run all at the same time. But you know, you'll probably have to go back and inch one here or one there. So they each have a separate motor, which is how electric jacks work. They do have access here so that you can get to your water filter and your winterizing system. That's quite nice, and I think it's at a great level, don't you?
When it's not on a truck.
Yeah, I guess, putting it on a truck and all of a sudden it's up there. But when you're doing your winterizing, it'll be down a little lower, right? Lance also has room for 2, are these 20s or 30s?
Probably 30s.
Yeah, propane tanks, so those would go there. And again, supposedly easy access, but if you put this in a truck bed, and this particular model is going to be on a pretty skookum heavy-duty truck, so those are going to be higher for us. I don't really like that part, but that's just life. Come on back. Another important construction feature about the inside of a Lance camper is their cabinetry. It is not solid wood. No, it's fine. They use a 5-ply plywood system that's actually a European product, and it's lighter than a solid wood cabinet, so that's what we need in these, but yet it's strong and durable. So you still get a great looking cabinet that functions really well, and it's lighter weight. So, you know, you give and you take when you are buying an RV. Ooh, gosh, I have this problem with knocking signs over. So there is a slide here, which indicates that you should be able to walk on the roof.
It's actually a ladder.
Oh, geez.
The slide you come down on?
Yeah, the ladder you go up. Okay, try again. So there is a ladder here on the back. What I find interesting about this is that I don't know exactly what the framing of that aluminum frame in the roof is for strength, but if you're putting a ladder there, it would imply that you can walk on that roof. But my other concern is that this ladder is actually cantilevered off of the back of a slide. So you would want to make sure that that slide is pulled in if you were using this ladder. So as far as the slide systems go, on this particular model, there are 2 slides. And they both have different mechanisms on them, so I'll just explain that a bit. This one has a Schwinn system, so it's a gear-driven system, and it is a decent system for this size of a slide. And there are rubber seals on both sides so that when you pull the slide in, it seals up good. There's also a flap here that helps to keep any water and debris and things out. Up top there, you get a slide cover. So it's like a little awning that is hitched to the slide just to keep water and debris and things off of the top of the slide. So this is the other slide on the side of the Lance camper, and it has a different system. So let's go underneath and take a look. This system is another gear-driven system, and it's similar to what you're seeing on the Schwinn. There is two of them here, but it's on the underneath side. We've never seen this on anything but a Lance, so I don't know a ton about it, but I think it's probably pretty appropriate for this size of a slide on a camper. And then it does have all of the same seals and flaps, just like the other slides do. So that's all great. Remember, the walls of the slide in a Lance are built the same as the rest of the walls, and this one also has the topper on it. Let's go check out the utility bay, because believe it or not, in these small little spaces, you get full bathrooms. You get the utility bay and everything too. So now remember, not every Lance camper is got all the same things in it, but I'm just trying to show you the largest version, and then everything else is just pared down from there. So they've got the utility bay here. What we've got is, again, all of those valves and things are on the inside, and they're insulated to keep them from freezing or getting dirt and grime in them. So we've got our gray and our black. We've got our TV hookups. Lord knows you need your TV hookups. Your outside shower, and then these are your drains. And underneath here, I know I can't quite show it to you because this is so low to the ground, but underneath here is the where you would hook up your hose to drain your tanks. And then of course they've got all the systems for draining and winterizing and that kind of thing. In here, if you are lucky enough to have a generator on board, that's what they've got in here. Gotta have a generator, I love that.
That would probably be a propane?
I believe so, yeah. So it would work off of those tanks on the other side. Like, there's no hooking up a tank to this, it works right off the system. And here's your exhaust for that. So folks, that wraps up our construction video for the Lance camper. Now, like I said, we're going to point you to some other videos that have the floor plans, and we'll show you all the inside stuff and all of that. So make sure you click on those, and if you liked this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, because we want to bring you along and show you everything we've got, and every subscriber counts to us. So we hope to take you along on some more.